What's up, tribe? How you guys doing? This is RuPaul's Drag Race All Stars 4 grand finale. Now, let me say this. This review is going to probably be short because this ain't do it for me. I'm just going to be real about it. It was boring. It was anticlimactic. It didn't really give me a whole lot, and I hated the ending. Now, with that being said, let's jump into the review. We see the top 4, Latrice is gone, and Latrice her goodbye message was a little salty, but okay, I get it. But Latrice, you my girl, I love you. People have been kind of coming for her on social media, and I think it's just bullshit. Let me tell you something. Drag Race fans, y'all be coming. I'm gonna let it go. I'm not gonna say shit. So then, we find out that it was a cute little exchange between Monet and Monique, because Monet was like, well, I think I know, but what was your lipstick? And Monique was just like, girl, I really don't want to say. I don't want to upset you. I told you didn't really do it for me in the challenge. She was like, and I just don't want I don't want you to just be embarrassed on national TV. Girl, Monet was looking at her like, bitch, please. But she had Latrice's lipstick. It was cute. It was a cute little moment. So here's the challenge. So for the grand finale, the ladies are going to write their own verse to the remix or the Super Queen song. Y'all know RuPaul is good for she is a product placing, she's a business mastermind. Like, I love it. But they're doing a verse. Then they have to learn choreography by Todrick Hall, who y'all know I love me some Todrick Hall. And then they're going to do the podcast, do her and Michelle Visage podcast, which I listened to the podcast. It's actually pretty good. And final runway, and then there'll be a decision. Okay, cool. So, of course, we see the workroom with the girls talking, and, the conversations are what they are. We see that Monique and Monet are talking about, how awesome would it be to have a black, all-star. Like, we've here, it's 3 out of the 4 are, people of men of color. How wonderful would it be if, for us, Monique said, and I believe her, she said, whether it's you or me, I don't know why they be kicking Naomi out the equation, but whatever. She said, whether it's you or it's me, I would be happy. And, they are friends in real life. And so I think I know she genuinely felt that way. Like, look, I would be happy if it's one of us. Then we had Naomi and Trinity talking, and Trinity is just sort of getting in her own head because she's not a choreography queen, and so she's worried about the choreography, and they're having a conversation. But again, the workroom, it ain't that eventful, but that's pretty much the conversation as it went down. So then they have their rehearsal with Todrick Hall. Again, not very eventful. Trinity can't sing, Monique can't do a cartwheel, and Naomi is flirting with one of the backup dancers because they met at DragCon, and the only person that was on their marks is Monet Exchange, and she was getting it and killing it, okay? But they do the choreography, and you know how those go. They always show you the worst scenes, so it looks like everybody's screwing up. Everybody except for Monet, actually. But that thing was funny to see Monique Hart try to do a cartwheel, honey. That thing was hilarious. And we know from her season when she tried to do a cartwheel on stage how that thing turned out. But I thought she could do a cartwheel. She just messed up that cartwheel because she was trying to avoid hitting the person. Because the way it looked in the lip sync, it looked like she knew how to do a cartwheel. She was just trying to avoid actually hitting somebody. But no, baby can't do a cartwheel, okay? And Trinity, she did a decent cartwheel, but then she was like dizzy when it was over and was like, oh my God, I can't see. Like, it's not clear. So that was that. Todrick was like, I'm a little worried about what's going on here. I mean, he had to talk to Naomi more than once about her flirting. Like, I need you right here. Like, all that's good and fine, but you better get his number after the finale, because it ain't more important than this right here. But that's how the rehearsals went. They didn't let us see them in the studio this time. Like, normally they give us scenes of them in the studio actually going through their verse. We didn't get that this time. I guess that was edited out. Then we see each one of them go and do their little 5 minutes on the podcast. On the show. Everybody's interview went, again, uneventful. Everybody's interview went pretty well. Monet was just talking about how, when she left her season, she knew where she messed up and she just wanted to redeem herself. She was like, I was killing the challenges, but my runway just wasn't doing it for y'all. And so I wanted to come back and just prove that I could work a runway, that I knew how to turn a look. And I feel like I've done that. And, to be in the top 4, like, I couldn't ask for better. Monique talked about pretty much the same thing, saying, in her season, she just felt it was unfinished, that she had just let herself down and that it just was unfinished, but that she really is at peace with what she did with this season, because again, she's in the top 4 and you couldn't, at that point there's nothing more you can do but turn out that last scene, and that last challenge, and that's really all you can do. Trinity's interview was Trinity. And Naomi talked about her growth, that she was so young and how she thought she knew everything about drag and how she realized she didn't, and how, it helped her grow and evolve or whatever. So then we're back in the workroom. Like I said, y'all, this review ain't going to be long. So we're back in the workroom. And the 3 all-stars are there. Alaska, Morgan McMichaels, and Trixie Mattel, who I still think Trixie Mattel ain't supposed to be an All-Stars. That's supposed to be Shangela's spot, but I digress. Trixie ain't one of my people. I'm not crazy about her. But they're in the workroom, and of course, the top 4 come and see them there, and they're like, oh Lord. And so they tell them, oh yes, the All-Star rules have been suspended, and for the duration, and we will be deciding who wins. And Monique made a very good point. Monique was like, child, bye. She said, I know y'all not about to roll up in here. Y'all ain't seen nothing, ain't been to any challenges, don't know what's been going on this season, and y'all gonna roll up in here and make a decision? No, ma'am, no, sir. Monet was like, yeah, let me just go and pack up my stuff and get up out of here right now, because if that's how this is going down, oh, we got a problem. And they were saying it with a smile, but you knew they meant that thing. And then the ladies were like, no, it's just a joke. Like, no, that's not how, no, that's not what's about to go down. But the rules are suspended. So, just so you know. And we will see y'all, on the runway. And it was cool. They had a drink and they sort of, I'm sure the scene was longer that they probably did a lot of talking about how things went down and, all that kind of stuff. But, good stuff, right? All right. So we get to the performance. No, I'm sorry. We had workroom conversation. But again, uneventful. Everybody was talking about winning and wanting to win and everything they've been through to get here. And Monique is so nervous, she can't even participate in the conversation. Like, it seems like she's a little standoffish, but then as she's talking, you realize she's just filled up. She's just emotional and she just can't. She just has to focus. And so everybody's just talking about what it would mean for them to win. And, the same thing they've been talking about for the whole season, honestly. Uneventful. I'm gonna find a different word. Ru comes out. We got Todrick, Michelle, Ross, Carson. Those are your judges, which makes sense. Those are the judges. And they come out and do the song. And Monet has her Wakanda Forever warrior outfit, honey, and she don't have, she's got her bald head working and she's doing the damn thing, right? She's singing her verse, she's hitting all her marks, she's dancing her ass off, okay? Monique does her part, same thing. And Monique said it. She said, look, I'm a little slow picking up choreography, but when the lights come on, honey, she knows what to do. And she did it. She turned that thing. She did the damn thing. Naomi, her verse didn't do nothing for me. I don't feel like her verse said a bunch of nothing. But she danced her ass off with them long ass legs. They pulled her up in the air and she was doing the thing with the legs and had on this bodysuit, honey. Oh, she's doing it, okay? She was doing it. And then Trinity did well, but you could tell she was counting off in her head, honey. She was counting them 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. Like, you could tell, but she did it. And she didn't visibly mess up. A couple of times she was a little stiff, but she didn't visibly screw it up. Like, she was in her head about really, really messing it up. So the performance was well. Like I said, I really enjoyed Monet. Sorry, y'all, my phone ringing. I really enjoyed, who does keep calling me? I really enjoyed Monet's verse and Monique's verse. Trinity's was okay, and like I said, Naomi didn't really do a whole lot for me at all. But everybody looked good, okay? Everybody was giving it to me with the looks. and it was cool. So then we get to the runway, and the runway is all star extravaganza, right? So we want, we want evening gown, we want couture, we want, this is it. This is it. Monet comes out in this beautiful African gown. It's that ivory with blue leaves on it, and it's beaded. And she's got this faux lock wig, blonde wig, and it's pinned up. She looks good. Monet did that. Okay, Monet did that. Then we see Monique come out. She looked nice, but it was nothing extravagant about it to me. It was nice. It was a nice black dress that you would wear at a nice black tie event. But compared to the other girls, it didn't really give me nothing. Naomi comes out in this beautiful violet gown with the poofy shoulders. See, I don't know the technical terms for these things, but it was beautiful. And she's beaded at the top, and she's got this hat, and she's got this head wrap, and she looked beautiful. And then there was a reveal, so that underneath she's just in a purple bodysuit. Beautiful. Giving it everything. It gave me everything. Gave me everything. Trinity, honey, came out in this beautiful, it's like a teacup type gown, and they had a little reveal to it, and it fit her to a T, honey. And she was cinched and tucked, and that thing looked good. She looked good, and she had that exaggerated hair that she likes to wear, and she looked good. She looked good. So, of course, they go down the runway. They go down, the judges give their critiques. And, this isn't a time to really be nasty because it's the finale. So, even Michelle Visage found some nice things to say about everybody. And they just talked about everybody's growth. And, the only person that I feel like got some negative criticism was Trinity, when they were saying that they could tell that, the dancing, that she sort of got in her head with the dancing, but overall she still did a really good job. They told Naomi a little bit to just continue to take risks, continue to come out the box, that, we know you're a fashionista, that you got. Continue to work on the other things, because fashion is your thing. Like, we know you're a fashion person. That's not an issue. Continue to work on the other things and come out of your box a little bit. But overall, you guys, it was cute, Todrick gave his critiques on the dancing and everything, and of course everybody felt like Monet did the damn thing with the choreography. He talked about Monique, how he was worried about Monique, but how Monique hit it, and she did that. And everybody, again, you know how they do for the finale. They just talk about the growth. And Ross was just saying how, he felt like Monet left he said he felt like Monet left a lot on the table when she left her season, and he knew she had more to give. And he loves the fact that she had an opportunity to come back and give it. Talked about Monique and how, they didn't get a chance to really see Monique's personality when she was on her season. And when he went back and looked at the season, he realized how funny she was and how, how great she was and all this good stuff. And they were able to talk about that. So it was really good to hear the critiques and see how everybody felt like everybody did and all that good stuff. So Rue makes her decision. So the top two are Trinity the Tuck and Monet X Change. And they're going to lip sync for the crown, right? Because the other rules have been suspended. So they're back to the regular rules. You're going to lip sync for your crown. So the two of them lip sync, and they lip sync to Gotta Be Stronger. Was that Christina Aguilera? Stronger, I think it is. Is it? I think that's what it was. And they all had a chance to go back and change. So they were out of their gowns. They were actually, which is good. Because I remember that one year they made everybody lip sync in those damn gowns and nobody could move. So they gave everybody a chance to go back and change and put on something they could really lip sync in. And so we found out it was Trinity. Because they did that whole, why do you deserve... I'm not going to lie, y'all. I fast forwarded through that part because I don't care. They're going to say what they're going to say on why they deserve to be the all-star. The lip sync was everything. Both of them danced their ass off. Both of them lip synced their ass off. I think if I had to give an edge to somebody, it would have been Monet. Monet did a really cute, of course she did her death drop. And she did a really cute reveal, not reveal. You know what I'm saying? She did a really cute, when she took the wig off, it was a pin, like the little short wig. She took the wig off as a reveal, and it was a short wig underneath, like it was nothing. And it was cute. And the judges laughed, like they got it. They got the joke, and they laughed. But I feel like Monet gave me a little bit more. I did. So we down to who's going to win. And Ru says, I've made my decision. She said, for the first time in All-Star history, we've got 2 winners. And so she gave it to Trinity and Monet. I didn't like it. I know that they feel like they got to keep doing something new and something different to make every episode, every season special. But I don't like that. I don't like the fact that they have to share the crown. I don't. Now, do I think Trinity did really well and Monet did really well? Absolutely, I do. But I don't like it. And I'm going to keep my reasons why to myself. But I don't like it. So that's All Stars, you guys. Y'all let me know what y'all think. Drop it in the comments. Tell me how y'all feel about it. Did y'all like the way it ended? Did y'all like it? Did it do anything for y'all? Let a sister know. All right. Talk to y'all later. Peace.